Since you said that you were interested in a reading and I was being guided at the time, which I literally cannot remember, unfortunately, with all the stuff that I said I've been going through, um, to receive a reading, I am going to do just that. So, we are still in the full moon energy. On Sunday that passed, it was a full moon, February 1st. It was a full moon in Leo. And full moon in Leo talks about being in the spotlight, wanting attention. Um, it's also a good opportunity. And we're still in the full moon energy. I was just checking. It's like 93%. I usually personally go by the percentages because the higher the percent, like when you're at a full moon, it's at 100%. We'll say strength. And it starts to wane, which means it starts to wind down in strength. So we're still within a good high percentage. And with the moon in Leo, as I was mentioning, it's about being in the spotlight, attention, and just kind of like star power, things like that. Just all the things that Leos are known for. So if you're interested in like doing any projects or anything like that, now is a good time. So it's probably a good time to even look into what messages are available for you, or what messages your spirit guides, my spirit guides, God, what to give you. I was thinking about maybe getting because I was guided on a few decks, but I was thinking maybe I should grab I have a success oracle deck, but there might be some messages in that for you. So give me 1 second. I'm going to grab it just in case I'm guided to use that for you. Okay, so I hope you are doing well. So we'll just get started. So as I mentioned, I guess it's just going to be general messages if something else pops up, because I didn't really ask you any particular questions. FYI, just disclaimer. Because I'm just getting into doing personals, and I discussed with my spiritual team that I wanted to start just doing yes or no questions or one card pull question answers, not really doing full readings like I would be doing right now. But for whatever reason, I was guided to do it. So I'm trying to be obedient to the process, even though it's been very difficult and taxing. So just bear with me if I take a little bit more time or whatever. I'm still getting back into doing readings, period. But then on top of that, there's a lot of things I think I might have shared a bit of that with you, like in terms of like spiritual attacks and things like that. So there's a lot of physical pains and memory fog and different things that go along with that. So bear with me, but we're going to do our best and get these messages to you. So let's see. So general messages, we're going to start here. So this is a new deck that I got recently. It's called Life Happens Oracle Deck. And we're going to see what messages are there for you. Yeah, so this is the back of the deck. And just a little bit about me when I do readings. I read a lot intuitively and through images. So there are sometimes specific definitions or meanings to different cards in a tarot deck or any other kind of, well, basically a tarot deck. Oracle decks have their own meanings. But if the image is telling me something different than the meaning of the card, then I go by that. Or if I hear a message, then I deliver that message. But oftentimes just the images are used to give me messages, and they're just tools of divination. Again, just something to use to sort out the information that you're channeling. Also, another little disclaimer, I do not do health or death predictions or advice. One-on-one, yes. Like if there's something, let's say, for example, someone's not feeling well and they're like, oh, I have a cold. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I know that, B12 is in, bone marrow. So it might be good to have like some bone marrow soup or, chicken soup or something like that with bones, boil the bones in it or something. Like something that's so random, but just as an example of what I would do. But I don't, ask my spirit guides or angels or, anyone that I'm spiritually connected to give me information, because it just gets tricky. So I just wanted to give that out. So let's get to the reading. So they wanted me to start with this deck. So let's see what messages. we have for you. What messages are there for Quay, please? Okay, so first one is friends. Let me make a little bit of room because I have like just a little makeshift desk situation going on here right now, temporarily. Okay, got another card. We have balance. What other messages for Quay, please? Any other messages for Quay? We have crisis. And also just another point to mention, off camera, I do my prep, my prayers, my, stuff like that. So that's also something I don't usually share those sort of things on camera. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I do my prep outside of that as well. Okay. And this one here, heartbroken. Any other messages for Quay from this deck? Any other messages? Are those cards or no? Okay. Defense mechanism. Let me move this out the way. Sorry about all the little noises. Have a little notebook handy. Is that it? Okay. And laughter. Okay, we'll stop there. So let's see. Yeah, they really want me to grab this one for whatever reason. Glow up. Okay. So let's see what we have here. So we have friends, balance, crisis, heartbroken, defense mechanism, laughter, and glow up. I was hearing something a little bit, but it's kind of saying it again. Heartbroken from love. That's what I was getting from this. So let's see what else. There could be a financial, this is crisis, but there could be, I'm getting that you've either prayed for or you're trying to gain more money. Yeah, that basically I feel like, I guess what you're working with financially is not enough. Let's see if I see anything about balance. Defense mechanism. I'm getting the defense mechanism is related to the broken or heartbroken. I would say broken heart. That perhaps you might have a block up towards love or towards letting anybody in. I'm getting visually like in my mind as if like there's like a shield over your heart. I'm getting the word growth. There's laughter and glow up. Yeah. I mean, something in the image here is drawing me to like the idea of like a peacock. And, peacocks, they display their feathers to show how beautiful they are. When they shake their feathers, though, it is usually a defense mechanism. But I am getting, yeah, that there is a glow up that is coming for you. I don't know if it's just, yeah, if it's, or I think people will see your glow up. I don't know if it's just, again, like physical appearance glow up, or if it's other, like another glow up, maybe perhaps in other areas of your life. I'm seeing what I get from laughter here. Yeah, these images are reminding me of a movie that I saw, or that I was reminded of the other day, the movie Beetlejuice. That lady that had passed away. There's a scene in the movie that the images are reminding me of. So I'm just trying to see what I'm getting from this other than that. I'm going to mention something about the movie because maybe that might have something to do with why I'm seeing that as the images. Um, so in the movie, the person's home. Okay, so spoiler alert if you haven't seen Beetlejuice, the original one. Um, in the movie, there's a couple that passes away, and they don't even realize that they've passed away to begin with. But the point is that people now live in their home that can't see them other than the daughter, and they're trying to get them out of their home. So they do all kinds of things to get them to be seen, to get themselves to be seen by the family that moved in, to scare them away. Um, yeah, so I'm getting that there's a need to laugh more and enjoy life at this time, celebrate. And I'm also getting music. What is it called? It's not a megaphone. I'm getting the mental image of, like, the old record players that have like the big horn that comes out where the music would come out and then the record plays at the bottom. So something in regards to music. So there might be a glow up in regards to music, or a glow up in regards to celebrating your music. We still have balance and friendship that I'm not really getting anything directly right out the gate from. So you could be making new friends from a distance. If you notice here, it's like puzzle pieces that are kind of bridging them together, but there's still like a little bit of a gap there. So you could be making friends from a distance. The balance. The balance just looks like it's giving me comfort. That perhaps you might find comfort. Is it through your crisis? Let's see if we can clarify. I'm going to use this deck here. It's called the Magical Oracle. Not Magical Oracle, excuse me, Magical Tarot deck. So it has like a little evil eye and it has the different phases of the moon on it. I'm just always used to like describing the deck, or like letting people know what deck it is, just for the simple fact that when I used to watch readings in the beginning of my journey, I always wanted to know what decks people were using so I could look them up, especially when I started buying my own decks. So let's just try and get some clarification. So saying that I was seeing from the laughter that there was music, that there was having a celebration perhaps in regards to your glow up, and that you might be sharing laughter with a companion, or going out for a drink with a companion, meaning like, a male or female, whichever you're into. Are there any other messages to clarify the laughter? Celebration. I think I said celebration already. I'm seeing travel as well. So yeah, I'm getting travel and they look like they're in a city. Okay, so I'm getting the Six of Pentacles. This is to clarify the laughter. So there will be some money coming in, or some balance that could be related to that, but let's see, some balance. So this money, it looks like it's coming in from travel. So you could end up traveling somewhere and making money from that journey. I was just hearing, if you vlog your journey, you could be making money. Let's say if you vlog it and post it, that you could be making money, or maybe there might be an opportunity for you, or maybe if you travel for a date or for some sort of celebration, that there's an opportunity for money, or that it might not be as expensive to travel as you think it might be. There's some kind of return on your investment. So I guess whatever you've been investing in, there's going to be some return on it. In regards to the balance, is there any sort of clarification available? We got 2 cards. that came out. So one is the Eight of Wands, and the other is the Nine of Swords. So the Eight of Wands, and I don't know why I've been reading the cards this way. I don't know if it's just in regards to my spiritual gifts. Yeah, the Sun wanted to come out as well. The Sun card. Okay. So, yeah, the Eight of Wands can be an incoming message or something moving very quickly. The Nine of Swords is usually someone who might stay up late at night. They might be stressed, they might be crying, they might be depressed, they might just be in their head about things. And the Sun card is, as people usually say, the happiest card in the deck. It really means, one of the major definitions is bliss. That happened to land over this card. And again, I'm just, as I said, getting right back into this. So even my style of reading has changed in the way that they're communicating to me. So there is going to be some happiness and turnaround in regards to like relationships. If you were heartbroken, that, yeah, your eyes heard like your heart will be healed. So in regards to the balance, something's going to be, yeah, either moving quickly or there's going to be a message in regards to that that's going to restore balance. And the card being over the crisis, let's call it the stress card, being over the crisis, that will turn out better for you and being directed back to return on your investment. So something that you've been doing, it doesn't even have to necessarily be something tangible. It could just be being kind to people. There's going to be some sort of return on that will help you, that'll turn into something. I'm getting financial, but it also could be just an energetic return. Like maybe you do something for somebody and they do something for you, or you've done something for people in the past and it's coming back to you. And I think we kind of covered the friendship thing. They want me to get this card too. Yeah. Another distance card. This is the Three of Wands. That usually means like waiting for your ships to come in or something coming in from a distance. So you might have been waiting for a long time for something to happen, or for something to change, or for something to turn around. So there's going to be a happy ending to this. And again, because of the fast moving element of this, or a message, that will give you some insight as to this distance or something that's coming in or something that you've been waiting for. Okay, so let's see what else. So we're going to move on to, let's see. They're guiding me towards like a bunch of different decks, so there might be a little bit of interference here or too many energies coming in at once. Because I'm being guided towards the Angel Tarot deck, and I'm also being guided towards the Success deck that I said. 1 second, let me grab it. And I'm also being guided towards, it's called the, I don't even remember what it's called, the Light Seers deck. It's usually a deck that I reference for, it was initially for personal use. I usually refer to it as something for shadow work. And shadow work is just simply, you know, looking at things in your life on a deeper level and where you can, you know, work on things to help yourself. So let's see. I guess we're starting here. So this, again, is another tarot deck, but just the imagery. Usually they'll get illustrators, like people who make tarot decks, they'll get illustrators that will depict their interpretations of the tarot cards. So if a card has a particular meaning, they'll usually keep that meaning. And at the same time, anything that's trying to disturb this reading, you're rebuked in the name of Jesus Christ. Stop. They'll usually have a different meaning. And what am I saying? Sorry. Yeah, the tarot decks they usually have, as I mentioned, they'll have a meaning to the card, but depending on the person that's using it. So, for example, I want to make an oracle deck, starting with oracle deck, but I eventually want to get into making tarot decks at some point. It's good. It's a long process, but if you're used to using a certain card or sorry, if the card has a certain meaning, and for you, you usually get other energy from that or other messages, then you incorporate that into your deck, into like maybe the guidebook. And then when you have an illustrator, usually the illustrations will provide that definition as well. It'll kind of depict, not kind of, it will depict. So I'm stumbling all over my words now. There's a little bit of interference going on. I'm trying to just get through it. But it'll depict the definition that the author of the tarot deck decided upon. So let's see, what messages do we have for Quay? So these would be some healing messages. First, we have Ace of Cups. Yeah, so that usually references an abundance of love and emotion. What other messages do we have? Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. So it's someone who's been through a really tough battle but just keeps going. Any other messages? We have the Devil card. So the Devil card represents like temptation. I usually, again, just kind of say that you think of like the 7 deadly sins. I usually summarize it as that. But it represents temptation, addiction, lust, all those things. But in this case, it's coming across as an illusion. So what else is there that I can help understand what this message is, please, and thank you. So we got the Six of Pentacles that came out in the other deck. Did I mention this is called the Light Seers deck? The Six of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Wands. So I'm getting like again, this is like representing travel, and you can see the imagery as well, like the globe and the bus or the little minivan thing and her looking out the window. Yeah. And then again, the Six of Pentacles, like a return on your investment. So I'm getting that with the Devil card, I'm getting illusion, and I'm also getting balance. And if you notice with the Nine of Swords that I was showing you before, if you look at the little image at the bottom, you see the person looks really stressed, like something's putting them in their head, that it's an illusion. It could be related to finances again, or maybe not feeling reciprocated with, if you notice like behind, it looks kind of like a little 8 symbol, like a figure 8. So kind of like going out, coming back in. So again, return on investment. So there's something that you might have done energetically or even financially given, and it's coming back to you. Are there any other messages from this deck for Quay? I have the Ace of Pentacles. You got 2 aces. So I'm getting growth. I'm hearing growth in your finances. Yeah, again, that you've planted the seeds for your finances to grow. Okay. Yeah. Let's take this as the last card, the World card. This represents cycles ending, so things coming to an end. Also represents a rebirth, and just basically the cycle of how life is. Like, things are cyclical. They don't always stay stagnant unless we make them that way. So yeah, this also, I'm getting again balance, because if you notice, she's like on her toes, on one foot, on a wheel. Well, not really a wheel, but you see how thin that is. So yeah, balance is going to be restored. So basically same messages kind of repeating themselves. Yeah, and celebration. So we're getting the same messages. I feel like they really want me to race over to the angel cards and also the success oracle. I want the angel deck first, apparently. Yeah, I have the lights. I have another deck here, but they seem to be guiding me this way. So let's see what we have. We are at 25 minutes. My readings that I've been doing have been getting longer and longer. Not that it's a problem, because we want the messages to come out. But so this is the Angel Tarot deck. It's basically based off of angels in the Bible and in Judaism, because it kind of gets a little bit more in depth with that. So we'll see what messages. It's another tarot deck, but again, because because angels are used, there's like additional messages. And it's really pretty because it's gilded. It has like the gold on it. So I don't really use this one too much anymore. So we'll see what messages are here for you. I'm having a lot of interference, by the way, internally, but I'm just trying not to let it show. But a lot of interference right now. All right, so let's see. What messages are there for Quay, please? Spirit guides, ancestors, all of the highest white light and vibration, God. Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups. So we have God, master of the universe. So divine warrior confounds the wicked and brings victory and peace. And this is, I don't even want to butcher the names. Hayael, I can't even pronounce that, but it's the 10 of Cups. So we're just going to go by that. I'm not going to go by the traditional definitions because we use like 2 tarot decks already. So if they want me to use this, I guess it's for the angel purposes. Let's see. Any other messages for Quay? Is it both of these? So we have 7 of Pentacles, the lovely God, discernment, general prosperity, the deliverance of prisoners. And we have the Queen of Wands, hidden God, divine power, guards against mental troubles. So this is going along with the messages that we got already. Because the 7 of Pentacles usually kind of represents either investments. Sometimes it could be money that's stuck or not moving, but we were talking about like money coming in. But this is talking about discernment, general prosperity, and the deliverance of prisoners. So when I was mentioning return on investment, that's generally like the 7 of Pentacles. If I had the card available to show you. Any other messages for Quay from this deck? We have this as well. 5 of Swords, God the highest being, desire to know, the acquisition of wisdom. So there's some information coming in for you. And we got that as well in the other deck, the 8 of Wands. 5 of Swords doesn't generally mean that though, but that's what we're getting. Any other? No? Okay. So it's kind of just echoing the same messages, but just in another way. I feel like the readings I've been giving like lately have been like teacher readings. It's like I feel like I'm teaching stuff rather than giving messages sometimes. I don't know. I guess again, because I'm not really, I said I wasn't really ready to do personal messages and like only like, you know, 1 card kind of answers. So I think that might be the reason why they're kind of, you know, going, I wouldn't say easy with me, but just kind of, yeah. So we're going to look at the Success Oracle. That deck, let me see if I'm putting this in right. Yeah, that was the problem. Did I? Yeah. So the Success Oracle deck, one that I'm going to use next, that one, I don't know if it's like kind of like a house party game kind of deck, but either way, it does provide some pretty good information and it is useful. And I'm just getting this out the way so I can make room. All right. So this is the Success Oracles deck. So you might recognize some of the people on there. All right. So let's see what messages are here for you. I'm going to keep this handy because there's some definitions to the cards as well. Ooh, my back is on fire. Okay. Hopefully the messages are resonating so far. Okay, so let's see what messages we have for Quay from the what is it called? Yeah, Success Oracle. Okay, this one wanted to come out right away. Adam Smith. I don't know who that is. So basically the way that these cards work is it tells you how to make money, how to keep money, and how to give it meaning. So these are just kind of, again, oracle cards, which are like suggestions, they're messages, guidance, basically. So a free market is worth more than gold. So that would be how to make money. You scratch my back and an invisible hand will scratch yours. That's how to keep it. And private enterprise, it ain't over till it's over. Wait, private enterprise, it ain't over till it's overseen. And that's how to give it meaning. So let's talk about that for a second. So basically, a free market is worth more than gold. So that's how to make money. So basically not tying yourself down to any sort of contracts or any sort of things that will not allow you your freedom to change your mind. You scratch my back, an invisible hand will scratch yours. So that's kind of like what was coming out in the other messages, which was that, you know, you've made some energetic investments or maybe the actual physical financial investments, and there's going to be a return on your investment. And how to give it meaning. Private enterprise, it ain't over till it's overseen. Overseen. I'm not really too sure what that means. Oh, okay, so private enterprise. So meaning staying, the word that's coming to me right now is solo, but I don't really feel like it's solo. It's kind of like, again, in regards to like what I was saying about contracts. So being mindful of things like that, because it says it ain't over till it's overseen. So when you think of being like overseen, like a manager or something like that, or someone who has control. So, you know what, you might want to watch a reading that I did on the Grammys. If you haven't, it kind of was, I just looked at the Grammys as a institution. And I was getting messages about kind of like the inner workings of like the music industry. Not anything that you really haven't heard, but just kind of like confirmation on certain things and how it can really get to you. So kind of like to prepare yourself, if that's the direction, again, that you really want to go in. Let's see, are there any other messages for Quay? We have J. Paul Getty. Freebies don't build trust funds. A true friend splits the bill even with a billionaire. Frugality in life, generosity thereafter. Okay, so how to make money. Freebies don't build trust funds. So yeah, essentially just what it said, like don't be giving out your stuff for free. Unless, of course, again, it's like an energetic deposit. That's my personal 2 cents. Because when you're constantly giving and giving and giving and not getting anything in return, I mean, if you're doing with an honest heart, then like genuinely, I feel like you will get a return on that. But you're not really going to gain much if you're always giving and not getting anything back. A true friend splits the bill even with a billionaire. That's how to keep hold of it. So meaning that no matter how much money you make, no matter how much money you have, it still has to be, there has to be balance. There has to be an equal give and take. And fragility in life, generosity thereafter. So that's how to give it meaning. Frugality, excuse me. I said fragility. I read it that way first before I said it out loud too. Frugality in life, generosity thereafter. So yeah, again, it's just, you know, being mindful of like your spending and who you're giving to and what reasons you're giving. And once you've, I guess, built your own empire, so to speak, then you can look at being a little bit more generous or liberal with your money. This one wanted to come as well. JP Morgan. Let me show. I don't know if I showed. Did I show you the card? Sorry if I didn't. I always like to do that until I get my setup so you can just see the cards. JP Morgan. 2468, merge as one conglomerate. Be an indispensable cash dispenser. Don't make the laws, inspire them. So how to make money? 2468, merge as one conglomerate. So this sounds like team building. I don't know why I said team building, but maybe, yeah, like merging. Oh Lord, can y'all give me some different words than what I'm seeing? Because I can't like really think, like when you're channeling, it kind of blocks everything out of your normal like thinking. Merging as a conglomerate. So basically kind of like, not a community. Just we'll say working together with others. So that would be an opportunity for you to make money. So again, it could be related to the earlier message of traveling for money. Just working with others is what I'm getting from that. Be an indispensable cash dispenser. That's how to keep hold of it. So that kind of contradicts the earlier message of being more frugal, and also, what was the earlier one? Yeah, to not really give until you get, or you have the ability to really give, or it's an equal give and take. Be an indispensable cash dispenser. What am I getting from that other than the obvious? Yeah, this is like a blatant contradiction here. So don't make the laws, inspire them. Yeah, I'm completely lost with this. What is this supposed to mean? Or is that like a little interference? Let's get our deck again and see if there's any clarification. Okay, let's see. What is this supposed to mean? Because it sounds like it's contradicting the other messages. I'm being drawn to the number 8 and then also the number 6. 6 being balance and 8 being abundance. Also can represent infinity. So I don't know if that resonates with you just on its own. I don't know why I'm being drawn to this, but just on the actual guidebook itself, Susie Orman, I don't know if you've ever heard of her before, but she gives a lot of financial advice. And what I'm being drawn to on there is personal debt is a free education in finance. So I guess if you've ever been in debt before, then, you know, it definitely teaches you a lot of lessons about spending and saving. So be an indispensable cash dispenser. Don't make the laws, inspire them. It might mean something to you, I guess, because it's sounding like a contradiction to me. Maybe it might make sense to you. Is there anything to clarify what this actually means, or was that clarified with that? It was clarified with what I was just saying there. Also, okay, perhaps you might have been, or maybe you have that mentality of like giving, 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 and that's not what you should be doing. Oh, that's what I'm getting. Now it's saying teamwork. I don't know. Not the card saying, I said it, sorry, meaning whichever spirit is connecting to me is saying teamwork. So for the 2468, yeah, so don't be an indispensable cash dispenser. And when it says don't make the laws, inspire them, let me see. 2 cards again. Page of Pentacles, Justice, 3. Okay. So what came out was the Page of Pentacles, Justice, and the Nine of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles represents opportunity, and that kind of came out in one of the cards that we saw earlier. The one with the financial crisis where the person was in the boat and the coin was just kind of close to their hand. It's like something could be coming in, or maybe you're manifesting something coming in, or you're wishing or hoping or praying for something to come in. And again, with the Justice, there's the scales of justice that you see there. So there is going to be some balance. Usually I have been like lately drawn to the curtain that it's hiding something. So as if to say, you know, what it is or exactly what it is not yet. I don't want to say, I don't know why I'm feeling to say not yet determined, but it's just not being revealed right now in terms of, I guess, how it's going to come back to you or how the scales are going to be balanced. And this usually represents financial independence. And then again, with the bird, like birds represent messages. And in this case, it looks kind of like a messenger type bird. So that also, again, piggybacks off of what we were seeing earlier with the messages. So you could be receiving some information on how to make money or to be independent, more independent with your finances. I keep being guided towards this little part of the Susie Orman card. This is afford to loan good advice. So perhaps you're going to get through the message. It might just be advice on how to, and I got the Hanged Man. I don't know if that was for you, but that was slipping out of my hand. The 1, 2, and 12 is progress. Together it's 3, which is usually like mind, body, soul. But the Hangman in general is someone who goes into this position to gain knowledge and wisdom. So yeah, I feel like the message probably could be just getting some advice, and that advice can come anywhere and from any source. But also to go inward as well and take some time to contemplate whether or not the advice that you receive. Yeah, so if you receive advice, don't just take the advice just like that, but to make sure that it sits right with you. And yeah, that's it. They're telling me that's it. So that was interesting. I've never read cards in that way before. Everything is getting very interesting with all of this. So hopefully, yeah, this is a long one. Hopefully it resonated with you. Hopefully, yeah, you found it helpful. And as I get back into pedaling properly and not being so unsteady on the bike, hopefully we can do this again. If there's more messages that I'm guided to give you, or if you feel that you need messages. But we're starting off slow with me again, because like I mentioned, a lot of stuff is going on energetically with me right now. Like even as I'm just sitting here, my back is literally lit up on fire. So I'm having a lot of physical pain with the energy that's projected on me and all that stuff that you don't need to worry about. So anyway, again, I hope everything is well with you, and I hope the messages resonate. And until next time. Also, yeah, I don't know if you know that I have a YouTube channel, but it's called The Cheat Code. Merch coming soon, and there's like a little barcode on the back. I'm going to post some pictures of it. But yeah, it's called The Cheat Code, and you can look it up on YouTube. That's where I'm going to post your reading. So I'm going to give you a private link for the reading. So it's going to be unlisted link. So only you will have access to that reading. So you'll be able to watch it, record it, keep it for as long as YouTube exists. And that's it. So until next time.